British expats here in Colorado are also grieving the Queen's loss in their own ways.
And so we invited Julie Reddington on to join us here. She started the Facebook page Brits in Denver. Thanks for being here, Julie. I think one thing we want to know, we in the U.S. have our own perspective of the royal family. Maybe it's a little different than what people in the U.K. think. What have you observed now living in both places?
Well, I think for being a Brit living here in the US, it's we become a lot more patriotic than we probably would have been had we actually lived in the UK. But I think it's times like this that, you know, the royal family, I mean, on these big occasions, that the country all rallies together. We've seen it happen with the weddings and the Jubilee. And it's what the Brits do well, is the pomp and ceremony of you know, it's going to be a beautiful funeral. And I think Americans are very in awe of kind of this institution that has been around for over 1,000 years. Right. And we still see the history today, you know, from Westminster Abbey. And you know, just going into London and just seeing all that history, it's still so there today. So it's kind of a rarity, you know, for an American who doesn't have that level of history.
Right. Yeah. And the realm of the Commonwealth spreads all over the globe, in several different countries. And you know, we mentioned your Facebook group that helps people from the UK when they come to Denver get acclimated here. How will you be marking the Queen's passing as a group today?
Yeah, so as it turned out, we had a tea party planned anyway. This has been put on the books for weeks now, and so we just have turned that now into what we're calling a celebration of life. It will give a chance for the Brits for us to get together and just talk about, you know, because obviously we're not physically in the country right now, and we're not seeing all the and feeling all the emotions that are happening there right now. So it'll give us a chance for us to get together. We do what Brits do best. We always solve our problems over a cup of tea. So that's what will be happening this morning.
Right.
And Julie, you'll actually be heading back to London next week, so you can tell us about that. I do want to know, do you have a specific moment during your own life, during the life of the Queen, that sticks with you, something you would remember her by?
Yes, I mean, we again, just it was planned for months and months that we were heading back. So and timing is great. You know, I don't think there's any one moment in time. I think in the last few years, I think that's really where her strength and stability has come into play. I think I've always admired the Queen. I actually wear a crown around my neck as a thing, just to, I think as being a Queen, you have to, she embodies what being a leader and a Queen is all about. You know, she's, some always said she was perhaps very stoic, but I think that changed after Princess Diana died, and she kind of moved with the times of being there. And you know, she went through some tough times. I mean, they're a normal family at the end of the day, and they've had the highs and the lows, and throughout it all, she never you know, she never commented in a negative way. She, you know, she's obviously open to so much criticism, but would never allow that to show. And again, was just, I think it kind of comes from that war generation as well. I know my grandparents were kind of built that way. There was kind of much, you know, just get on with things. You know, that they always say Brits have a stiff upper lip, and I think she was that, and all the way through was just that rock for everybody, including her own family.
Yeah, we've described her as the world's grandmother. Yeah, you know, here in our studio this morning, and that's what it feels like we lost. So.
I said exactly the same yesterday. It feels like we've lost a grandmother.
Exactly. Julie Reddington, thank you so much for sharing your time with us.
Thank you.